What's good, friendly man? It is your boy Ma.
And Sade, and we're back at it again with another video.
Look, man, if somebody not hit the ground, do not stop, man. We're on the road to 100K, man. We're finna hit 99K probably today or tomorrow. Who knows, man. But today, y'all, we finna react to
10 most notorious steppers.
10 most whatever Sade just said, notorious steppers, man. Let's see. I don't know who will be on this list because I don't know none. Hopefully, probably like Pablo Escobar, or no, these talking about steppers, not drug dealers. I don't know. Do you have any clue?
No, but I know for a fact it wouldn't be Pablo Escobar.
But you can't act like they're not steppers. This might be talking some real hood.
I'm sure they're not talking about Pablo Escobar.
Let's get into this, man.
Society, these individuals are labeled barbaric, savage, and even downright demonic. But in the underground world, they're held at the highest standard, the upper echelons of the streets. These are the 10 most notorious steppers.
Me, I'm on there. Real stepper, man. Really like that. I don't know who that is.
Blizz Micho is a Gorilla Stone blood that's been trying to get into the music industry following the success of Gorilla Stone OG, Casanova 2 times.
Yo, bro, how do you know his score? 7 attempts, 0 bodies. How do you know his score?
To the music industry following the success of
Casanova
Gorilla
got like
Stone
30 years, didn't he?
Casanova 2 times. He would go on to authenticate his
Did
street
he?
raps by putting in work in a short period of time. His first recorded hit was on April of 2020 when he spotted a rival member walking up Sheffield Avenue. Micho was recorded running up and from about 3 yards away, firing twice, striking his thighs and wrists. As the enemy turned around, Blizz stared into his eyes before putting one more in his chest. His following hit took place on May 16th, when Blizz pulled up 4 blocks away from a Gangster Disciple housing project, looking for any GD he could find. When he did, he chased them outside, where he let off 1 round, hitting his target. Unbeknownst to Blizz, a man witnessed the entire thing and reported everything to authorities.
Man.
But after only 2 hours, the witness oddly retracted his
Hey, you can't lie, he got good aim.
Yeah.
They ain't say he missed none.
statement, leaving police no choice but to set him free. Sadly, he threw away his freedom just a couple months later.
Rasha.
It sound familiar.
Like most young men in Brooklyn, Rash had to pick sides in the dangerous East Flatbush neighborhood in order to legitimize his street presence. He joined one of the most active sets in New York, the G-Stone 90 Crips. Their main oppositions are the BMWs after they took out their GS9 leader in 2011. Rasha's most public act of revenge happened alongside Bobby Shmurda. On January of 2015, Rasha and Bobby spotted multiple BMWs standing in front of the County Supreme Court building. Not caring that it was broad daylight,
Not
Rasha and
the
Bobby
Supreme
dumped on them in front
Court.
of multiple witnesses.
No, that's how you know you really want somebody gone, bro. If you doing it in front of the Supreme Court, bro, that's how you know you want somebody gone.
Oh my God.
On the following month, Rasha continued by kicking in the door of a bodega on Clarkson Ave, then spraying every BMW member inside. Again, Rasha ran off unscathed.
Deli
He would
grocery.
repeat these hits cross-country, getting oppositions in Miami and even piercing random bystanders by mistake. By the end of 2014, GS9 was dominating everything, from the streets to the music industry. This is when the feds took it upon themselves to dismantle the entire organization.
Queso.
Queso, we know Queso. Why they grocery stores look so
Queso
different
became
than
a-
ours? Well, that's not a grocery store. It's a
Delis.
corner store. But we don't have, Mississippi don't have nothing interesting.
It's Mississippi. You go to the north, you go see delis and stuff like that.
That's what
but,
I'm saying. I'm saying
I
Mississippi
get
don't
what
have.
you're saying, but I'm just
Mississippi
saying,
don't have
even
nothing
like
interesting.
it's none of that is really in down south. Like you don't see that in Texas. You don't see
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Loose cannon after rivals took out his brother, Willie Addison. So on February 19th, he drove to rival territory
Where
to
did he get
even the
this eye
score.
from?
As Julio Fulio's little brother, Bibby, was staring at his phone, Queso quietly ran up and let off over a dozen rounds. As Bibby struggled to cover his face, Queso stood over him and emptied out the rest of his 30-round drum. In his demented mind, this wasn't enough, so he continued on January 15th. After getting the location on Lil Buck, aka the rapper who dissed his brother, he gathered up 2 of his best point guards and pulled up to the shopping center he was at. At 11 a.m., a man witnessed Queso chopping Lil Buck down with over 40 rounds. After fleeing the
Ain't
scene,
no lie though, that really don't kind of look like him.
They don't. But he might. I don't know.
This
They
dude-
just skinny. Yeah, that
skinny,
dude's
yeah.
skinny.
Witness Queso chopping Lil Buck down with over 40 rounds. After fleeing the scene, Queso drove to a nail
Man.
salon where he openly mocked Lil Buck while getting a pedicure. Today, Queso is awaiting trial after his own father agreed to testify.
L dad.
Little wet, little.
Lil Wet is from a Chicago neighborhood so horrific,
10
police
and
labeled it
6.
Terrytown. The
Shit.
2x4 block radius is home to the Black Mob, as well as the Notorious NLMB set that's comprised of over 4 gangs put together. The fact that these people are so intertwined, but at the same time at war with each other,
Is that
caused
her?
one of the messiest summers in Chicago history. With over 90 days of consecutive gunplay, everyone from pets to bystanders were getting caught in the chaos. Due to Lil Wet's involvement, there would be numerous failed attempts on his life. Eventually, Black Mob got so desperate that they took out his father in frustration. As soon as Lil Wet got the news,
What?
he strapped up and went out looking for war. At 3 p.m. the following day, he spotted his targets inside of a fish and chicken spot. Kicking the door wide open, he
Why they
began
always be getting
eliminating them
food or
one by
something? They be getting their nails done, these food, not their nails, but y'all know what I'm saying, like in the nail salon, or I don't know, at a chicken spot, getting a sandwich. It's always some like ordinary place.
Or shopping, or like at a shopping center.
Yeah, like what in the world?
by one. It wouldn't take long before detectives made the connection between this and his father's incident. So on April of 2017, he was charged with quadruple bodies. Luckily for him, after 3 years of trial, his entire case was dismissed due to witnesses refusing to cooperate.
Nah, that's nothing but luck.
K.I.
K.I.
The assassin. The menace.
This Chicago native was a sweet, innocent girl who attended charter school for the majority of her life. It wasn't until the loss of her best friend in 2012 that her world turned upside down. Since then, she clicked up with the gangster disciples, and at 14, she earned her first stripe. In August of 2011, she spotted O.D. Perry riding a bike from a corner store back to Parkway Gardens. As he rode through 64th and King Drive, she let off 2 rounds, striking O.D. in the left side. Witnesses said they seen him fall off his bike and try to run away. That's when she let off 10 more. This time, he would never get back up. The following day, she posted a selfie holding the revolver she took from O.D., thus creating O-Block. As time went on, she became more and more deranged. On April of 2014, Chief Keef's cousin Mario Hess was in Chicago celebrating his brand new record deal. At 9:45 p.m., she spotted him sitting at a stop sign talking to some women. Without hesitation, K.I. cheese graded his car with over 24 holes.
They call him something else. They call him like Blood Money or something like that. I think I'm mistaken because he had a song about him.
K.I. cheese graded his car with over 24 holes. Ironically, she met the same fate 2 days later.
DRose Chicago.
As a preteen, DRose had already solidified himself as one of the top gangsters in the city, and by 13, he caught his first body. In 2011, opposition Dale Fisher was walking back from a ceasefire event. As he made his way back to 63rd and St. Lawrence, DRose drifted the corner, dumping lead with one hand and steering the wheel with the other, officially earning his first stripe. His next stunt was after Tuga's brother Lil Mark dropped one of the most disrespectful songs ever recorded. In his rendition of No Competition, Lil Mark name drops all of DRose's fallen friends. Exactly 3 days later, DRose took him out the exact same way Tuga got dropped, standing at a bus stop. Crazy enough, he drove back to the scene just minutes later to show off his work on Instagram Live.
Vaughan. I knew he was gonna be on here.
One of King Vaughn's first acts of aggression was in 2012.
It's so weird.
On a brisk October afternoon, Modell and his cousin were walking down the 63rd block of South Rhodes Avenue. That's when Vaughan jumped out a moving vehicle and began letting off. As the cousin got on his knees to shield Modell, Vaughan stood over them both and let off 5 more. 2 years after that, he caught his most infamous body and avenged his fallen friend, O.D. Perry. On April of 2014, Vaughan was leaving his parole officer making his way back home. Before entering Parkway Gardens, he recognized K.I. playing dice on his corner. As she bent over to roll the dice, Vaughan walked up and let off 7 times. Attempting to stumble away, Vaughan stopped her and whispered something in her ear before putting 2 more directly in her jaw, officially getting back for the entire Parkway Gardens.
Jesus.
A jaw?
Oh yeah, this man. Yeah. This guy right here. Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy right here was something
051
different.
Mellie,
He was
yeah.
different. He's had like 22 attempts.
The bizarre thing about Mellie is that he went from being a high school varsity basketball player to a psychopath overnight.
Yeah.
On
Yo,
September,
Academic said that about them. He said, bro, if you really like, if you really think about it, they are serial killers.
Yeah.
He said, bro, them are not just I kill two people. No, he said no, they are serial killers. He's like, bro, they're not. They're about as bad as like somebody like what's his name.
Ted Bundy
like
or
Ted
somebody.
Bundy, they're like,
yeah.
bro, they are serial killers.
Yeah, the news just don't really label them. They just don't really label them as that. But if you think about it, okay, Ted Bundy killed so many people. They're killing so many people, and then they doing it in like crazy ways. Like you standing over somebody killing them.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You
bro.
whispering in their ear, then you shoot them in their jaw. Whoa.
of 2008, his friend Zico Walker was slaughtered in a McDonald's parking lot. This hit Mellie hard because he was trying to follow in his footsteps to get a scholarship to play ball.
And it's so
the next
crazy.
day,
They
he
all
quit
be
the team
doing
and joined
something
the
like, they all like start off like, well, some of them start off like doing something with their life, like they playing sports or something, and then like one of their friends die and it just go left from there.
Yeah.
5'1" Young Money Renegades. By 2014, Mellie's name rang bells after his first attack on the infamous OTF family. Lil Durk's cousin Newski was in Chicago 2 days after signing his first record deal. At 3:20 p.m., he was sitting in his car at the Village Square Mall, waiting for his girlfriend to come out. That's when Mellie creeped up and fired non-stop until Newski hit the gas pedal, colliding into the store. Mellie's next hit on OTF was on March of 2015, when Durk's manager Chino Dollars drove to a food spot on Stony Island Ave. As he ate his cheeseburger inside of his car, Mellie casually stuck his arm in and began letting off. After this, Durk had no choice but to put money on his head. So on a late Chicago night, Mellie attended a gang-infested house party. That's where someone recorded Nathaniel Hicks ripping into Mellie in a packed living room.
Skinny me.
I don't know who that is.
Skinny Me is a demonic figure born and raised in North Philadelphia.
Hey!
Living on 20...
10 plus.
And X attempts.
Wait, so none of them was attempts. He got 10 plus.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if they saying like attempts on their life or
like attempted, like attempted murder, but you don't
oh,
kill them.
okay.
So like the high numbers, like them attempted to kill them, but kill
Oh,
somebody.
okay.
But
Well,
the
he
bodies
didn't
are
have
how many
he
actually
didn't
got.
have no attempts and 10 plus bodies. So
29th and Jefferson, he helped establish the Body Snatchers,
10+?
a Philly gang that's comprised of only elite scorers. His most notorious hit was when him and his co-defendant caught a body, were indicted, found guilty, and still beat the case. After the driver on the mission testified on both of them, the judge handed down a guilty verdict. But by the grace of God, his lawyer found a loophole in the case and took it to the 3rd Federal Circuit. It turns out that the prosecutors allowed the informant to testify behind closed doors, not allowing the defendants to cross-examine him, thus making the entire case invalid, putting Skinny back in the streets.
What?
Soon afterwards, he was recruited to AR Ab's OBH Mafia, who operated what the New York Times labeled the largest open-air dope market on the East Coast. In hopes of legitimizing the crew, Skinny Me picked up a microphone and began dropping music. Unfortunately, he was picked up by U.S. Marshals after being on the run for another body.
Lester. He gotta be from Chicago. Look like it.
Coming from a long line of gangster
I
royalty,
don't know.
Les would follow in his grandfather's footsteps by dominating the majority of the east and south side of Chicago at the age of 12. In the early 2000s, GD hoods were mostly groups that hustled together and threw house parties, with the most serious beefs ending in fistfights. That changed in 2005 when Les sparked one of the first wars between multiple GD sets. On a cold December night, the top hustlers, ABM, were throwing one of their biggest house parties ever and had invited only certain hoods. When Lester showed up to party, a man he considered a good friend blocked it.
He said crazy, like he said 2005, and then 2000, about 6 years later, then that's when Chief Keef and all that came out. That's
Doorway and told him he
crazy.
wasn't invited. Realizing that alliances were being built, Lester came back at 12 a.m. with a pocket rocket and blew the face off the guy who kicked him out, aka Jarvis Smith. The back and forth that came afterwards resulted in Lester getting blasted directly in the left eye. With a less than 5% chance of survival, Les managed to walk away with only vision loss. Ultimately, what cemented him as a 5-star general was for his most infamous act of valor. When him and his gang got indicted in 2009, Lester stood up and took all the charges in order for his young soldiers to continue the war. He was sentenced to 24 years in prison.
Oh, he ain't got that long. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Oh, he finna get out. He finna get out about another, what, 8? He out. Oh, yeah, man.
They say he blew somebody's face
off. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. And they talking about Chicago just started, like, you know, war. No, this been happening. He said since 05. 05? I was 5 years old.
You blowing somebody's face off?
Yeah, bro, they disrespectful, but they have no respect for each other.
You wicked.
Hey, listen, man, if y'all enjoyed this video, y'all want to see more videos like this, y'all already know what to do, man. Please
like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to all 3 channels, all 3 channels, all 3 channels.
follow me and Sade both on Instagram and follow me on TikTok. Other men we got here.